why you think Afghanistan has not been one of the issues that Hollywood is as outspoken as other issues, like when it comes to Black Lives Matter or race relations. How come we haven't seen the same outspoken or same initiatives in Afghanistan in terms of the withdrawal and getting Americans out?
That's honestly a question that I don't have an answer to. But what I can say is that everyone affiliated with the United States of A.L., with the backing of CBS and Warner Brothers, feels that this is a really important story to tell. And of course, as things are unfolding in real time, the writers, showrunner, Mr. Chuck Lorre, we all feel a collective sense of responsibility to honor what's happening in real time so that we can reflect the truths of what is unfolding with Afghan interpreters, their families, Marines who formerly served, who are endeavoring to get their interpreters over, and the impacts of the lives of everyone affected by the process of war. So, if your question is why hasn't this happened to the same degree as other movements, to that I say we are endeavoring to be part of that conversation, to bring a spotlight to these issues so that we can share them with the American public at large.
Do you have a personal connection at all to what's happening in Afghanistan, and what made you get involved? I noticed you said on the mic your personal capacity. What made you get involved personally in speaking out?
I think that we all feel a real sense of connection to the show. We feel that the subject matter that it is covering is important, and we endeavor to do so in a sensitive, authentic way with a lot of sincerity and heart. And as we've gotten to meet interpreters, Marines, interview them, listen to them, visit with them, of course you become emotionally invested. We have Afghans on our staff, we have interpreters on our staff, and as we get to know them, hear their stories of their families who are struggling, a lot of the supporting cast in the show who arrived to play my cousin, sort of potential love interests, family members, they're all Afghan Americans or Afghans themselves. And so there is undoubtedly a familial connection there, because their joy is our joy, their pain, their suffering is our suffering on the show. And so I think as a collective unit, this has become a really important issue, because not only do we want their families to get to safety, but we want their people to get to safety. Afghanistan is a nation that is so incredibly beautiful, such a rich culture and history, and so much to offer the world. And it is scary and frightening to think that with this new regime taking control once again, in effect, that all of that might be squashed, that the liberties that were fought for over the last 20 years, the culture that was resurgent, might all be under threat, in addition to people's lives being under threat for expressing themselves, or for simply being who they are, or for serving in whatever capacity they have.